What's good, YouTubers? I hope you're all doing well. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kate Spring, and today I want to discuss some signs that women give off when they're hinting that you can kiss them. There are certain things that physiologically happen to a woman's body when she gets turned on that she signals to you that she wants to be more than just friends. How to tell if a woman likes you and wants to be kissed is not so much as what she says, but how she says it. So that's body language. However, if she says, "Don't kiss me," then obviously don't kiss her. But if you and a special someone are getting a little bit more comfortable with one another and you're wondering how to proceed, there are some very telling signs that you should kiss her. And they are as follows. Right before we get into that, I want to remind you guys to subscribe to my channel where you can leave all of your pressing questions in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to get back to you personally as soon as I can. Quick question though, what video would you like to see next? Would you like to see one on how to improve your game immediately, or how to tell if a woman isn't interested in you? Take the poll and I'll release the next one. I think that something that you should always have on hand when you're first dating someone is gum or a breath mint. You can never go wrong with fresh breath, especially if you're working up to play some tonsil hockey. I went on a date with a guy a few years ago and it ended with a kiss, but I could tell that this man had eaten a teriyaki chicken sandwich from Subway. I know this for a fact because I called my date out on it and he confirmed my suspicions. So keep some mints on hand so that your date can't taste what you've eaten that day. Let's think about when a kiss usually happens. Probably after a first date, right? Or after some time has passed talking and getting to know one another. I think that one of the most opportune times to kiss a girl is at the end of the date when you've said goodbye and she's kind of like lingering around. If a woman doesn't want to be kissed, she will leave the date briskly. She will not leave any lag time. But if she doesn't leave immediately, here are some more specific cues for which to look. For context, this is all about kinesics, which is the study of the way in which certain body movements and gestures serve as a form of nonverbal communication. Our first telling sign that a woman wants to be kissed is if she's leaning into you. We want to be close to the people that we like. This is an indicator of interest. When we see something or someone that we like, we want to be near them. It's quite simple. And conversely, if we don't like you, then we want to put space between us and leave as soon as the opportunity arises. When you're trying to tell if a woman is jonesing for you to kiss her, the first thing that you should pay attention to is how close she's trying to get to you. Because if she's moved close to you, then she could be trying to touch you, which brings us to our next point. So number 2, if she touches you. If a woman touches you either playfully or seriously, that's a good sign. Any physical body contact is great here. Has she playfully tickled you or jokingly shoved you? Has she made different attempts to get your attention? Has she brushed something off of your sleeve? If she has done any of these things, then she is flirting with you, which could lead to kissing. She's breaking the touch barrier, which you should also be doing too. If you want to test the waters and be certain that your kiss won't be rejected, then you should see how she reacts to your touch. You could put your arm around her, you could also tickle her or touch her to get her attention, brush something off her sleeve. There's so many possibilities that you just need to go for it and see how she responds. If she cowers away from your touch, then I'd say that she doesn't want to be kissed. She still has some warming up to do. But if she seems like she's into your touch, then that's a great indication that she's getting ready for you to kiss. If she smiles at your touch too or touches you back, these are all great indicators of interest. That is, her body is responding to you non-verbally and inviting the next step. So these first 2 signs that we've discussed are both indicators of trust. So leaning into someone suggests that we trust them, that they don't pose as a threat. In terms of the woman with whom you're interacting, it's a sign that she wants to be next to you and touched by you. At this point, you're always looking to see how she responds to you. Smiling, blushing, and slight touches are all signs of approval that she likes what's going on. Playfully hinting is another important indicator that things are moving in the right direction. Now, another sign to look out for is if a girl is looking at your lips or if she's licking her own lips. So, number 3, the third sign is when you're trying to decipher if a girl is willing and ready to kiss you, is to observe her lips. Is she licking them, biting them, or playing with them? These are seduction techniques that are an involuntary reflex to our feelings of desire for you and what we're thinking about. She could be licking, biting, or playing with her lips, and making eye contact with you is also a sign that she could want to be kissed. Another involuntary reaction to our feelings is if a woman is looking at your lips. This is a reaction to feelings of desire. You know when you see someone that you find attractive and you can't stop looking at them? When a woman wants to be kissed, she will look at your lips because that's what she'll be thinking about, and your lips are the thing that she wants. So pay attention to what she's doing with her lips, and as well, take note of how much she looks at your lips. The fourth and final sign that you should look out for before going in for the kiss is not so much of a visual sign, but a verbal one. Pay attention on the date. Don't focus all of your attention on looking for all of these signs. If you focus on the conversation and enjoying yourself, these things will flow and will be able to tell her level of interest in you through conversation as well as her body language. A good way to tell if a woman is enjoying the conversation is to notice if she is just responding or if she is contributing to the conversation. For example, if you were on a date and you're the one asking all of the questions and she is merely responding and offering no more than a short answer, she probably isn't all that interested in the date. However, a woman who asks you personal and thoughtful questions in an attempt to get to know you better is a woman who is more likely to want to kiss you at the end of the date. So remember, when you're trying to see if a woman wants to be kissed, pay attention if she's leaning into you, if she begins touching you, or is biting or licking her lips, or looking at yours. While being observant of these indicators, don't forget to pay full attention to the conversation and the date itself. In short, engage and enjoy. Alright, YouTubers, that's all I have for you today. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, that way you can stay up to date with my latest videos. As always, thank you for your constant support, and I'll see you in my next video.